What is going on YouTube? And welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. Thank you all for so much for joining me for this being my Thursday night, 8 p.m. Hot Topics and Social Commentary show. I see Dustin Butler is in the comments. Hey, Dustin. We'll get to you guys' comments as soon as Jennifer taps in. But I'm so glad that you guys have decided to spend your 8 p.m. hour this Thursday with me, November 6th, y'all. So a couple of things I want y'all to do before we get started. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Press that big subscribe button. It is free and easy to do. It takes less than a second to mash that thing. So why don't you go ahead and mash it for it, brother? Also, be sure to leave a thumbs up for this video. Let me know you're enjoying the content that I'm putting out on my channel. Also, be sure to leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts on the various topics that we're discussing on tonight. And also be sure to press notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. Last but not least, be sure to share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks. Ooh, I must put my phone on silent. Let everybody know JoJo Speaks is out here in these YouTube streets. Okay. All right. Sorry. I just got a text message I was reading. But anyways, thank y'all so much for joining me. Of course, if there are any condolences to give out, I typically start with those. So hey, Miss Kim. I see Miss Kim is in the comments. Hey, Miss Kim. Again, we'll get to you guys' comments as soon as Jennifer taps in. Dick Cheney, former Vice President Dick Cheney, passed away this past week. My condolences to Dick Cheney and his entire family. Dealing with his passing away. So sad, of course, when you see anyone losing their life. But yes, Dick Cheney, he's done a lot for this country. Whether you agree with his politics or not, he's definitely done his share. So shout out to Dick Cheney and his loved ones. So People Magazine, of course, they always do the sexiest man alive every year. And they have named Jonathan Bailey as the sexiest man alive. Those of you not familiar with Jonathan Bailey, he's from Bridgerton. He also played the male lead in Wicked. He was Glinda's boyfriend in Wicked. He's done a whole lot of other stuff. He's also openly gay, which I feel as though I don't think he's the first openly gay man to be named sexiest man alive, but I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. Not to say that he's not attractive, because he's definitely a very attractive man. I did see a post that Aaron Pierre took second place. I didn't know that there was a ranking when it came to People Magazine's sexiest man alive, but shout out to Jonathan Bailey. He definitely does deserve the title. I mean, he is a very, very attractive man. So shout out to Jonathan Bailey for receiving that honor from People Magazine. Also, something else that happened this week, Nancy Pelosi, she announced that she will not be seeking re-election to Congress. Now, Nancy Pelosi has been in Congress for many, 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 many years. She was the first female to be named Speaker of the House. She's done so much for the people in her district, which is San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not surprised that she said that she's not seeking re-election. To be honest, I actually thought that she was out already. I didn't know that she was still working in the House of Representatives, but she is in fact still working in the House of Representatives. And so I think she has a year left on her tenure. So I'm sure she will definitely be missed in those hallowed halls of the Senate. So y'all, we are getting into the 6th day of people not having SNAP benefits. I heard that there was a judge that ruled they needed to pull from some type of contingency fund in order to partially enable those with SNAP to receive. I'm not exactly sure what all they would be receiving, but we'll see where it goes from here. It's really difficult for me to process, me personally, since I've never been a recipient of SNAP benefits, but I can only imagine those who are recipients of SNAP benefits being so nervous, not knowing whether they're going to receive their SNAP benefits or not. And so I'm definitely praying for all of those who are in need, every single one of those people out there who are in need of those very vital resources. And I want to say it's clear to me that our president does not care when he's spending almost $300 million on a ballroom while there are Americans out here who are possibly going hungry. I don't believe that that is right in any way, shape, and or form. Also, Blueface is out of prison. I did not know what his case was. I did not know how long he was supposed to spend in prison, but apparently he is now out. Never got into any of his music, don't necessarily care, not necessarily. So, but I am glad that he is free. I am glad that he is able to, do what it is that he wants to do, I guess. But, it is what it is. I do want to take a moment to speak on the Hulu original series, All's Fair. All's Fair, it features Kim Kardashian. She is the leading actress of that show. She is the leading actress of that show, Kim Kardashian, who is being supported by Tiana Taylor, Niecy Nash, Sarah Paulson, Glenn Close, and one other famous actress. I'm not exactly sure what her name is, but I took it upon myself to try to get into it. You guys, I was so excited to see this. It is a Ryan Murphy production. I can't say that I'm the biggest fan of Ryan Murphy. I don't watch all of his stuff. I know a whole lot of people watch American Horror Story. Me personally, that whole horror genre has never been my gig. I've never necessarily been interested in horror. Of course, I have seen horror movies. I've saw the Saw movies, for instance. I've seen, I believe, 1 through 5, if I'm not mistaken. And I've enjoyed those movies. But as far as a show like American Horror Story, a lot of people love that show, but I personally was never able to, well, I never actually tried to get into it. But, maybe one day I will. But this new series, All's Fair, it follows Kim Kardashian and the other ladies that I just mentioned. They run a law firm that deals with divorce cases. And that's their main goal, is to help women out who are going literally only from what I know, they seemingly are only helping women with their divorces. I watched about 20 minutes of the first episode and then I had to check out. It did not grab me. It did not pique my interest. And for me, the main issue was Kim Kardashian. I personally have never seen one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians. I've never watched Kim Kardashian or anyone in her family do anything on television. I don't know if this is Kim Kardashian's first acting role. She might have been made like a guest appearance in a movie or a TV series in the past, but I believe this is definitely the first time that she's been a leading lady in a role, a leading actress in a role. But for me, like, she's not an actress, at least in my opinion. That I've seen quite a bit of television and movies, and for me, acting has to come natural. And for me, Kim Kardashian doesn't read well on the screen, at least for me. Playing a character. I'm sorry, for me, it just does not work. Of course, I love Niecy Nash. Of course, I love Glenn Close. Of course, I love Tiana Taylor. I thought Tiana Taylor did great in Straw, featuring Taraji P. Henson. I thought she did a great job. And I'm sure all of the ladies who are on this show are doing a pretty good job. But for me, it's the material itself, because you can put a great actor or actress on anything, but if the actual writing and the material itself is not quality, then it's just not going to read. My mother was watching it. I think she might still be watching it right now. She's probably on episode 2 or 3 by now. But my mother was going through some of the critical reception of this show, and the critical reception as far as critics who are watching these shows and giving their commentary on these shows. Well, not commentary, but their reviews on the show. They are all dragging it, mainly dragging Kim Kardashian as an actress, which does not surprise me whatsoever. And it's not that it's bad acting. I can't say that it's necessarily bad acting, but for me, it's just not good acting. For me, it's just not good acting. So once again, I can't get into it. Miss Kim, I know I told you the other night that I was going to try watching it. Well, there's my take on the show. Again, it's not enough for me personally. There's not enough to keep me interested in that particular show. When I was talking to my mother about it, I compared it to The Residence. The Residence on Netflix that stars Uzo Aduba also has some other actors that whose names aren't coming to my mind right now. But when I watched the first episode of The Residence, that thing grabbed me, and I wanted to know, okay, so who took the life of this head usher? What is really going on? And the acting was superb in that series. I'm still to this day so upset that they were not picked up for a second season. Because I really would have loved to see all of those characters. Well, maybe not necessarily all of those characters again, but definitely Cordelia Cup, who Uzo Aduba played in the series. I would love to see her take on another case and solve it, and bring light to whatever it is would have happened in a second case if they were to do it. But all's fair for me. I'm sorry, it was a chop. I just really could not get into it whatsoever. If any of you guys have watched it, let me know. Once again, we'll get to your comments as soon as Jennifer steps into the room. But for me, it just wasn't for me. It wasn't something that once again, it never grabbed me. It never grabbed my attention. And I was telling my mother, maybe if they were dealing with criminal cases, I would be more interested in it, because I'm definitely interested in true crime type of television. That's honestly my favorite type of television to watch. First 48 is one of my favorite shows of all time. But it is what it is. So a paternity test has concluded that Stefon Diggs is the father of the Instagram model's baby. Now, Cardi B already said, well, if he is the father, then I guess we'll all be baby mamas together. So, I'm to be honest, I'm not shocked by that. And I don't know what the timeline is with Cardi B's relationship, where Cardi B's relationship started. And the conception of this particular child by this Instagram model. So I don't know all the details, all the minutia that goes into that entire situation. But Cardi B seems to be okay with it. So if Cardi B's cool with it, then I'm cool with it. I don't think that I don't want to believe rather that's been his SEK and everything that moves. It doesn't seem like that's, and I just hope that that's not the type of man that he is. So also, Diddy was spotted on the prison yard in Fort Dix in New Jersey, and he was seen smiling, and he had a gray beard. Like me personally, I didn't recognize him in that picture, and some people were a little bit upset that he seemed to be so happy. He seemed to be so jolly. He had a big smile on his face. And it's like, he's doing his time. He's serving his time. And if he serves his entire sentence, I believe he'll be out sometime in 2028, if I'm not mistaken. So he's just living his life, doing what he can, what he wants to do. Well, not necessarily what he wants to do, because while you're, especially in federal prison, you're pretty much told what to do, when to do it, how to do it, all that good stuff. So, there's that. But, I have no issue with that picture whatsoever, me personally. Also, there were some elections that took place this past 4th of November. And it seems like Democrats were winning across the board. New governor in Virginia is a Democrat. New governor in New Jersey is a Democrat. The new mayor of New York is a Democrat as well. So I think that this is a precursor for what is to happen in the midterm elections. Right before I went live, I actually saw a video of Steve Bannon speaking on, if this is what our midterms are going to look like, a lot of us are going to jail. And I don't know what made him make that statement. I don't know what makes him think that, because the only way you would think that you're going to jail is if you did something against that's against the law. Now, he may be saying that, some of these Democrats may be doing things for petty sake, just to, kind of like what Donald Trump has done to 3 of his political rivals. For instance, Letitia James, who was the attorney in New York. I think she was the attorney general in New York, if I'm not mistaken, as well as 2 other of his political rivals that have been indicted on charges. And so if it were to happen, so be it. But for me, you can't be charged with a crime if you have not committed a crime. So, if you've done everything that you're supposed to do, if you're following the law as it is written, then you should be good. You should have nothing to worry about, but I mean, of course, there are prosecutors who go out looking for things. But again, if there's nothing to see, then there's nothing that they can bring charges on you for. So it is what it is as far as that is concerned. Good news for Sherry Shepherd. She received her star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Tyler Perry was speaking at her ceremony where she received her star. So shout out to Sherry Shepherd. For me, and this is no dig on Sherry Shepherd or anyone else that has received a star on the Walk of Fame. Maybe I need to have a better understanding of what are the credentials for people who get a star on the Walk of Fame, because I have a feeling that it can just be paid for. And then there you go. You automatically have a star on the Walk of Fame. But I guess that can't be the case, because if you could pay for it, anybody could pay for a star on the Walk of Fame. So that may not be the case. But it is what it is. Halloween happened this past week, and Winnie Harlow, she dressed as Whitney Houston at the BET Awards. That famous BET Award clip where we see her kind of shuffling out onto the stage, singing "I'm every woman," and then shouting "I'm a survivor." And there were a lot of people who did not like that she did that. I kind of feel torn about this because, when Deborah Wilson played Whitney Houston on Mad TV, I laughed every single time. So who am I not to laugh at Winnie Harlow? Sort of kind of poking fun a little bit. However, what Deborah Wilson was doing, she was doing it while Whitney Houston was still alive. But now that she's passed away, I feel like some people think that that's a little tacky, that that's a little bit, not a good thing for her to do. Me personally, I'm not offended by it. I understand why she did it. It was sort of kind of a funny thing that happened in Black culture. I think a lot of people had the feeling that she may have been under the influence when she was on that BET award stage. Again, I don't really know how to feel about it. I don't think that she did it as a dig to Whitney Houston. I don't think she did it to disrespect Whitney Houston's legacy. I think she just did it to get a laugh. And for me personally, I don't think there is anything wrong with that. But at the same time, at some point, you have to draw the line. And I haven't seen a lot of people doing any Whitney Houston parodies since her passing back in 2000. I think it was 12 or 11 or something of that nature. I can't remember exactly what year Whitney Houston died, but there hasn't been a lot of parodies of Whitney Houston since she passed away. And so I think it's because people are respecting her death and respecting the fact that, let's not focus on the darker side of Whitney Houston. Let's focus on her accolades. Let's focus on the records that she broke. Let's focus on the beautiful instrument that was her voice that she used amazingly every time that she had a mic in front of her mouth. And so, again, I just don't know how to feel about it. I don't think it was done in bad taste necessarily. Again, that's something that happened in Black culture that a lot of us look back on and it's like, oh, that's just Whitney. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think she meant anything negative about it. I think that she just wanted to poke a little bit of fun. And for me, I feel as though that is okay. But at the same time, you have to think, she's not here any longer. So how respectful is it for her to do something like that? But, it is what it is as far as that is concerned. What else do I want to talk about before Jennifer and or Bianca comes in? So prayers are up for Dallas Cowboys player Marshawn Cleveland. He was found deceased from taking his own life following a police chase. The girlfriend says he was armed and he had history of mental illness. You guys, people taking their own lives. I've been seeing this ad on YouTube that pew pew pews are the main weapon of choice when people want to take their life, and that's why we need to do a lot better with pew 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 laws, so that it's not as easily accessible. Because if you want to get a pew pew pew, you can go out and get a pew pew pew. I don't know where it is that you will go looking for that. Me personally, I don't want to touch a pew pew pew. I don't want to be in the presence of a pew pew pew. I don't even want to see a pew pew pew, me personally. But we have to deal better with mental illness out here, because a lot of times that's what ends up happening.
Hello.
Is Oh, hey Jennifer, thank you so much for being here.
I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the computers, but I just had to make sure I come in some kind of way, some kind of how.
Thank you so much for being here. I
And
appreciate you. Are you
P.S.,
going
you
to
talk
are
real
you going to
fast.
say what?
You talk real fast.
I do. Yeah, it's something that I guess I might have to work on. I don't
I
know,
don't think
but
you have to work on. That's just you. It's okay.
yeah, it is. It is. But yeah, I was talking about Winnie Harlow dressing up as Whitney Houston for Halloween and reenacting her famous appearance on the BET Awards, where she received, I believe, it might have been the Icon Award, if I'm not mistaken, and she shuffled out onto the stage singing "I'm Every Woman" and "I'm a Survivor." And some people think that that was done in bad taste. Me personally, I don't think that she meant anything negative by it. I think she just wanted to reenact something that's funny that happened in the Black community. But I think the fact that Whitney Houston's no longer with us is the reason why people are looking at it in a bad way. Um, I don't think she meant anything bad by it. I think she just wanted to do something funny. And me personally, I don't have too much of an issue with it. Did you want to speak on that at all?
Yes, personally, I really don't feel like there was any malicious intent with it. I
Right.
don't know, of course, though things may have been the way that they were at the time
Right.
for her, that doesn't necessarily have to mean that we're looking at this as a negative thing. Because he was together and that was her, personality. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. It is what it is. Yeah.
that's just what it was for Whitney. That was Whitney. And anybody, I feel like anybody that knew her
Mhm.
personally, is not like I'm one of those people, but from what I've been able to see, yeah, it's like that's her. That was her. Like thinking about her channel or that what's it called? That reality show that they had. That was her all day long. So
Okay.
exactly. So
Ciao. Because
that's just the way I feel about that. But
that time when they were at the Sunglass Hut and she was doing the shuffle and
that's literally what
that
I was
was
thinking about.
hilarious.
A hoot,
Exactly.
a hoot nanny. But
So
it's I really don't think it was a dig. I think people like to be sensitive, unfortunately, and it just is
mhm,
what it is, man. People just sensitive.
it is. Absolutely. So Proposition 50 passed in California. Um, um, so it was, I don't know if they were, if he put it on the ballot for them to redistrict, but I heard because of Prop 50 passing that California gets 5 more seats in the House of Representatives, if I'm not mistaken, which was done in reaction to what happened in Texas when they did their redistricting, and ended up with 5 more seats for Texas. So, Gavin Newsom, I think he is fighting this Democratic fight the right way. I don't know necessarily what the right way is at this point, because when you're dealing with a party like the Republican Party or the state of the Republican Party that they are in now, it's like, what can you do when when they have control over the Senate, the House of Representatives, and the White House? Like, we have to find different ways to combat the opposition. But I'm so glad that Gavin Newsom was able to make that happen. California is a Democratic state. Historically, Texas is a Republican state historically. So, I'm not sure exactly what type of difference that will make going forward. But it does seem like that it is a good thing. Jennifer, did you have any other information on that happening?
Um, a lot of people would say that Gavin was pretty much just taking the page out of the Republicans' book.
Yeah.
I mean, though it's not something that is right, but if we want to basically get a head up in the situation, let's go ahead and do the same thing.
Right.
I mean, if they could do it, we could do it. So let's just go ahead and do it. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I appreciate that kind of forward thinking from Gavin Newsom because it kind of shows. Okay, I think the Republicans were like, "Oh wow," so they decide they're going to do this too, huh?
Yeah.
And what's funny is like it was only really thought of like as a Republican thing that Republicans do.
Right.
So now we seeing somebody that's not a Republican doing is like, hold on, well, slow down. Wait, hold on. What are we doing here?
Right. Yeah,
So I'm happy.
right. I am too. It's great that that did happen. There's a viral video going around of Barack Obama at a rally of some sort. I'm not exactly sure what the event was, and I think this might be old footage because I feel like I've seen this clip before. But there was a woman in the audience that was shouting at Barack Obama, and she was real loud too. You could actually hear her in the background. And you know, Barack was like, hey, okay, I see you. You know, I see you out there, but you know, there are a lot of people here." And then he went on to say, "Yeah, you're cute." But you know, I'm married, and Michelle is fine too. Okay, I love that. And guess what?
And
Okay, and you know, that's he said. I wish I had the clip right in front of me right now because he said something that was real black. But I can't remember exactly what he said. But I feel like it's so beautiful, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama's relationship, and you know, Michelle Obama on her podcast. Her brother speaking on how they do things, and their relationship, and you know, when she was talking about their date nights, you know, they kind of cease talking to each other during the day when they know they have a date night coming up. She's like, wait a minute, let's save that for the date night. So it's so amazing to see how their relationship works, and to see the love between them. That's so beautiful to me. Jennifer, did you see that clip, and what were your thoughts on it if you did?
I absolutely saw that clip. But it just makes me happy, and it's just good to, like you said, it's good to see people that love each other, be able to stand
Right.
with each other. I think it's amazing. So as people see that, all I can think about is how many people were trying to say that because they were going to different events all the time, that they're
Mhm.
divorced.
Right.
Stuff like that. It's just annoying, but God bless that couple. I don't care about the opinions of how his presidency was. One thing it was
Mhm.
a black man in the presidency with a real black woman in the White House. So that's all I can say about that.
When you said a black man in the White House, it just reminds me of that scene in Major Payne when he's talking to not the black man, not the black young man who was deaf, but the other black young man. I can't remember what his name was, but he said, my friends call me D, so you can call me D." And Major Payne was like, "You like how I handle these white boys? Feel good to see a black man running things." So he said, "Malcolm X." What he said, "You like how I handle these white boys?" He said, "Oh yeah."
Okay. As if and he didn't know he was about to be next.
Okay,
Okay, let
child.
me catch these comments because I've been wanting to say it. I kept on forgetting to do them. Hey Dustin.
Hey, Dustin.
All right. Hey Miss Kim.
Good evening, Miss Kim. So glad you've joined us.
She said, "Hey, Jonathan. Miss Kim said he's a cutie, that nice Caucasian fellow, but I'm sorry.
Jonathan Bailey is his name.
Yeah,
Are
don't tell
you?
me that. Don't tell me that Aaron. That's his name, right?
Yeah, Aaron Pierre.
Mr. Tiana Taylor. Don't tell me that he's number two.
Right, exactly. I can't agree with that. No, not at
Then
all.
I
No
said he
way.
number one. That's what I said. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You
That
know what
that
I'm saying?
face, honey. That face
Mhm.
card, honey.
God bless that other young man, but no. Miss Kim says, "Has Method Man been on that people's list?" Now that's a
Good
solid question.
question. Because I truly doubt it. Because I don't think because I can only assume that those who are making those decisions from People Magazine are not of our color, and so I don't think they see Method Man the same way we as Black people see Method Man. Now, to be honest, I didn't notice Method Man's attractiveness until I saw him on Power Book Ghost in a suit and playing a lawyer. Like for some reason, like I just didn't. I never noticed it. I literally never noticed it until I saw him on Power Book Ghost. But The man is fine. Okay. Fine, 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 fine.
Man, all I can say is that people has been fair, not necessarily black centric, but there's some people that you can't deny, and they've actually had some African American men's. Now some of them have been like Paul Rudd. Like seriously, I'm looking through all of them. Paul Rudd,
Okay.
like we pushing it there. You know what I'm saying? But they
Yeah.
did have the Michael B. Jordans. So they even had what's the name, John Legend as the sexiest man alive. Let me tell you something. I don't know about that, but he's not ugly, so I'll leave that there.
No, no.
Um,
But sexiest man alive, that's a bit of a stretch to me.
They had Blake Shelton.
Oh no. I, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
Wait, hold on.
No.
Would you like me to share my screen? I don't know. Would it take up too much?
Sure, yeah, yeah, go
Because
ahead.
I'm over here looking at the actual list from people. Hold on one second. Let me pull this up. I'm going to share this screen. And here are the sexiest men's alive.
Mans, yes, with a Z. That's how I
And
like my mans, honey.
so let me put this down. But yeah, have Idris, Blake Shelton. I don't know what they think about that. Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
Absolutely. I can agree with that.
Now this is something that we all can agree with.
David Beckham, for sure.
That man is not even a little bit ugly. He's just all there.
Okay.
Okay. Chris Hemsworth. And these were like other gorgeous guys, I guess. Child, I don't know.
Chris Hemsworth does definitely deserve to be on there. I just don't like that picture of him.
Agreed.
Yeah, the hair is not it for me.
Here's Adam Levine.
No, thank you.
Channing Tatum. And this was back in 2012. Oh wow.
Channing Tatum to me is like your high school crush. But
Yeah.
when you grow up, when you get older, like you look past those types of dudes, you know what I'm saying? So and I
Yeah.
wasn't impressed with Magic Mike. I'm sorry. I just no.
So it's mostly Caucasian fellows on this list.
Yeah, as you would expect, for sure.
As you would, especially going back. So I think I was a little bit too generous with talking about how they yeah, no. Because the first somewhat close to black that I saw on here, haven't they had Denzel on here?
Denzel was the sexiest man alive in the 90s for sure. Absolutely. I think Denzel was sexiest man alive around the time George Clooney was sexiest man alive. I think George Clooney was a couple
Child.
of years. So yeah, more than 1 year for sure. George Clooney was.
Oh, there we go. Finally.
Yeah, yeah.
96.
96. Okay, that's a
George
good picture of
Clooney was right
Denzel
after
too.
it. Yeah,
You know
it
what?
is.
That looks like a pastor's picture. Like he looks like a pastor in that picture.
Well, you know he ordained now in Kojic.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
For real. Like with his true like what's it called? Retirement from acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
gonna be ministering.
Okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. I think there's
Go ahead. Oh, okay. Ms. Kim says Nancy P would have been quite the hypocrite had she stayed in Congress after badgering Joe Biden to step down last year.
yeah, but Nancy Pelosi's age doesn't show nearly as much as Joe Biden's did. I don't know exactly how old Nancy Pelosi is. I know she's up there. She is definitely up there in age. I don't know if she's in her 80s yet, but I guess she felt like it was her time to go, and I respect that.
Ms. Kim says, how is Kim leading anything over Glenn Close? Glenn Close.
Right. All's Fair. Yes, that's the series I was talking about. Mommy's, I think she's still watching it right now. I don't know if you heard when I said, but I got through like maybe 20 minutes of the first episode, and it didn't grab me. It didn't do anything for me. I might try it again after a scene that I saw at the end of episode 1, I think it was.
Mhm.
Something that I would like to see. But other than that, like just the show itself, you can have great actors and actresses on a television series or movie, but if the material itself, the writing itself, is not up to par, it's just not going to be good. Period. It has to be a marriage of the two.
Yeah, I agree. From the synopses that I saw on TikTok, first of all, I don't know if you said this out loud. Well, I was listening. You didn't say it. Um, it got 0 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Wow. Whoa.
0. And people were talking about it. People were watching it and stuff. And they're basically saying that adding in talentlessness around a bunch of talent does not make for a quality show. That's pretty much the bulk of what people have been saying.
Yeah, when mommy was reading off the critical reactions to it, like when I say they were dragging Kim through the mud, honey. And it's when I saw it, it's not that she's doing any bad acting, but for me, it's just not good acting. It's not believable for me. All I just see is Kim Kardashian. That's just all I see. I can't get past that. It's
And
just
if
Kim.
is she like a main character?
She's the main character.
Oh
She is if you
no.
look All's Fair up on Google, she is the first actress that shows up in the cast. She is
That's
the
where
main
Ryan
character.
that's where Ryan went wrong. That's where he went
Yeah,
wrong. The producer. That's where he went wrong. It's one thing to have her, is another thing to have her as the main character. Just because you have a bunch of, once again, other great characters, the lead should have been somebody that is solid. You know what I'm saying?
right.
You
Yeah,
can't be playing around like that. He did that to himself. Miss Kim's Miss Kim said, no, Kim has no range. She's the monotone voice. She doesn't emote. Yeah, she's not an actress.
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Um
There are no
it's,
ebbs and flows to her performance. It's all just one note. And you
I,
can't be in one note if you're an actor or actress. I'm sorry, that's not gonna fly.
I heard she was still one note. On that first videotape she got that she put out. Um
Right. Yeah. Needless to say, I did not enjoy it. Okay.
Anywho, Miss Kim says it's messy, but it's Cardi B and Stefan's mess. Exactly. Exactly. And yeah, I do believe it, but one thing I like about it, and one thing that is clear, she was made clear about what was going on before anything happened.
Right.
So when people coming out and saying things, she's handling it, and she's not breaking down and having, that's the difference.
Hmm.
I'm not saying it is amazing how there's so many babies that's coming out from this situation. I'm not saying that,
No,
but it's being done in the most ethical way possible. At least
absolutely.
there's conversations, and I love how Cardi B said back, before the album came out, she said, I guess we just some baby mamas.
Right.
Ah!
Exactly. That's the best way to take it. That's just like a Libra, though. Not surprising at all.
Yeah, but that's also a Libra that was given the information, that knew what was going on.
Hmm.
He provided that woman with the information, gave her the opportunity to leave and be done with it, or stay with me. That's what you do with
Hmm.
somebody. That's why I think that they're gonna be all right. And they got the money. Praise God.
Okay, honey.
Honey. Miss Kim says, I've seen the Walk of Fame. I was determined to find Michael and Janet stars. And
Absolutely.
it certainly is money, Jonathan. I heard that part.
Yeah, I had a feeling, but I think there are also other accolades that need to be in your repertoire in order for you
You
to.
just need to be accepted.
Okay. Oh,
Pay the
okay.
money and be accepted. Like like it's like you gotta write your name out and stuff like that. And you
Hmm.
and you gotta basically, I'm sure, have accolades in there, but to be honest, it sounds like if you famous enough and you have enough IMDb or music stuff enough out there in them streets, because you see it's mostly actors and TV personalities that are really getting it. I
Right.
believe it. I believe that it's happening because they don't get as many accolades as some should. It's so few and
Agreed.
far in between.
Hmm.
And think about the musicians, the big musicians. You don't see a lot of them getting them.
No. No.
or trying to get them. So
Right.
yeah,
'Cause I
it's
don't
not
think they
like
care
something that's
about it.
passed out. No, they apply for it, they pay money, but they still have to be approved, right? It's not that straight cut. Miss Kim says Barack and Michelle have a healthy love. That's what I want.
Amen. Amen to that, sister.
Their love shows and proves that it's okay to be two different people in a relationship with each other and to be able to support each other in everything that we do, even though they didn't want to. Like that presidency, it was not Michelle's bag, and she keep on talking about it. No, but she supported her husband for 8 years.
I just keep thinking of that series on Showtime and that clip of Viola Davis playing Michelle Obama.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh.
Miss Kim says John Legend looks like Arthur Reed. Blake Shelton is Jethro Clampett.
I'm looking up Arthur Reed right now.
Oh my gosh. You
I'm
don't know
sorry,
who
then.
Arthur is?
What was that?
You don't know who Arthur is?
Oh, Arthur. Wow.
The aardvark?
I can't say I disagree with that.
You can't.
I can't say that I disagree with that. Oh my gosh.
Looks just like him.
I've just never been myself attracted to John Legend. Like he's a nice looking guy. Like, and the thing is, like, I don't go around calling people ugly or unattractive like on a regular basis. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly don't think that
It's just not your kind of.
Right, exactly. Exactly. Yeah.
Miss Kim says The Rock is not cute. There was a point in time.
I was just about to say that when you said The Rock, like I prefer The Rock from the 2000s before he got all bulked up and, huge and big. Like when he was in his prime in wrestling, yes, absolutely. I would go for The Rock 100%.
His first 10 movies. The first 10 movies.
Yeah.
That's The Rock. But I'm not saying that people take steroids, but it just seemed like, some things happen to make things happen and make things happen. And he got all the fat was gone. There was no body fat on his body, and it was just muscle.
Muscle. Yeah. I've never been the biggest fan of huge, muscly men. Like for me, that's just, yes, muscles are nice, but to be that big,
to look at.
It's just not.
I can't. And she said David Beckham is gorgeous. He can't help that. That's child.
He
look like he's smoldering all the time.
Okay.
Justin says, boys having a great Thursday night. Got a new thing today. Oh, what you got today?
That's awesome, Dustin. Happy for you.
And Dustin, Miss Kim asking, hey Dustin, what thing did you get? All right, go ahead. We're done.
All right. So something, and don't get on me if these topics are not something that y'all want to hear. It's been a slow week, honey, as far as hot topics are concerned, because then haven't. But anyways, on the Breakfast Club, a comedian by the name of Funny Marco. I've never heard of him. Don't know any of his material. I don't know nothing about him. But DJ Envy was telling a story about how Funny Marco was flirting with him or something like that. And DJ Envy said in response, I already have a boyfriend. His name is Charlamagne the God. And then the conversation went on to, if you were gay, who would you be attracted to? And he said Jalen Hurts. And he said that he's fine. And here's my thing, y'all. When y'all playing with sexuality like this, because, it's so frustrating to me when on one end we have those and I'm talking about us in the Black community, those of us in the Black community, those who are in the Black community who look down on those of us in the LGBTQIA plus community, and then others who are in those spaces along with Just Hilarious, who clearly has an issue with trans people, as not alleged, that's clear as effing day. But they feel open enough, and I guess that's because they have tenure there. They probably really don't care about Just Hilarious, and Just Hilarious was sitting right there laughing right along with them. Ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? It was, but here's my thing. It's so crazy to me, and it happens with streamers a lot as well, where they're doing this whole gay thing. It's like I just don't know how to wrap my head around all of it. It's really confusing to me because it's like, so are you okay with it or are you not? Because I know you guys are joking. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that Funny Marco is a gay man. I have a feeling that if he was same-sex attracted, he may be open and willing enough to
Well,
admit it
Funny
on.
Marco is it's the kind of humor that he does.
Okay.
He does like the dry humor. No one's
Okay.
taking anything that Funny Marco is saying seriously. I
Okay.
suggest looking at some of his interviews. To be honest, I find them rather funny. I don't automatically watch them all the time, but they're really funny because he makes things kind of awkward.
Mm,
So that's the kind of funny that he does. So I wouldn't think too heavy into that one. I promise.
okay.
Yeah.
It's sort of kind of like Gerard Carmichael. He's kind of dry. He's very
Yeah.
dry with his
Real
comedy. And it's
dry. But I find Funny Marco actually funny.
okay, yeah, because I've seen I think just the one Gerard Carmichael stand up that he did when he actually came out, and I really didn't laugh during it, like hardly any of it. But I mean that's the type of comedy that some people like, and so if you like that, go for it, support it. But as far as this whole like playing games with the whole gay thing, like
Mhm.
for me, I don't know if I necessarily like it. I don't
Mhm.
know if that's them trying to make it more acceptable in our community, which if that's what the case is, I would fully support it. But as far as I'm concerned, for me, it's just like they're just joking around. They're just doing it for shits and giggles. You know what I'm
That's
saying? And that's
literally it.
yeah,
And because let's be real, ain't nobody on that panel thinking far ahead enough to try to do something like that for a community that's not even theirs. So
exactly.
I promise no need to think further into that one, child.
Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. But I just thought it was because some people some people do question Charlemagne the God's sexuality. I,
Mhm.
I understand why they do, but I personally feel as though Charlemagne would be open if he was part of the LGBTQIA plus community. I personally believe that he would be. Some
But
may
he has
not.
no problem talking about it and talking with
Exactly.
them and stuff like that. So the only
He
my only problem is that just hilarious.
Right. I mean, he said on the show that gay men call him trade. Like, that's he has a good rapport with us in the LGBTQIA plus community. He's never run away from us. He's always, spoken on our issues dead
Mhm.
on and straight has been straightforward with that. And so, it is what it is. So another gay type topic that came up is Ace Green, who was on Love Island, if I'm not mistaken. He's been talked about a whole lot from that show. He's a
I'm
pretty
very surprised that you're speaking about this.
why
I didn't think you were paying attention to any of the Love Island gossip. Now I don't watch Love Island,
me
but
either.
I see a whole heap of it on TikTok.
But I think there may have been some gay rumors about him in the past, if I'm not mistaken. But he abruptly left Playboy Max's live stream after being called gay in a freestyle battle. So he said that I didn't know Ace was gay and he likes lube, and Ace just got up and he said, "Thank you for having me. I'm leaving. I'm going. Whatever it is, y'all can do what y'all want to do." And the streamers do like from because I watch a lot of LGBTQI creators on YouTube, and
Mhm.
I've come to a consensus that they do a lot of gay stuff on that live stream, whether they are actually same-sex attracted or not. They do a lot of it on live stream, and so I understand why Ace might have felt the need to leave, and I respect him for making that decision. When you come up against, especially a Black man's sexuality, a lot of times that's not going to go well. Now, I guess these live streamers, maybe they don't mind it. They'll play with their sexuality all day long. They have no second thoughts about it. They still getting paid, and so that's all they care about is that check coming through. But I can appreciate the reason why Ace Green wanted to leave, because it's like, for me, I feel as though it was done in a disrespectful way. Yes, it was a rap battle. Yes, you might have just been playing, but I think he knew that he would get a reaction out of Ace after saying that. I just don't think that that was the reaction he was expecting, that he would get after saying that. But I support him leaving, because you don't mess with someone's sexuality. That is a personal thing. Unless they want to be open enough to discuss that with you, I think you should just mind your business and, sweep around your own front door. Because, ain't no telling what Playboy Max's sexuality is. I don't know what it
But
is. And I don't care,
and
to
you
be
know people
honest.
been talking about that. If you've seen him, but
Absolutely.
I personally feel like that young man, Ace, he's been the butt of a lot of jokes lately because of the way that he's been moving after coming out of the Love Island, off of the Love Island or whatever.
Hmm.
So he was acting like he was friends with the most popular people that came from there. They wasn't even the winners that were the most popular ones. You
Okay.
remember me having you to look at Olandria,
Yes.
the Bama Barbie?
Hmm.
Okay. Her and her boyfriend that she got from Love Island, right? Which
Hmm.
is a nice young man. His name is Nicky, nice Caucasian fellow, but he take care of her real good, Jonathan.
Okay.
Real
Yes.
beautiful relationship.
Absolutely. Looking good on the red carpet.
Very good.
Moisturizing everything.
Come on now. So when they left, okay, they didn't even win Love Island, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they were the most popular couple out of all of Love Island, though they didn't win.
Mm-hmm.
So what Ace and Shelly, which is the girl that he was with, I don't know if they here together anymore or whatever, but they basically tried their best to distance themselves from Olandria and Nick by
Gotcha.
saying negative things about them, and even to the point of trying to make
Oh,
it seem as if Olandria and Nick's relationship was fake.
yikes. Okay. I see why people was
So
coming for him.
so people have been coming for him hard and for a long time. Love Island was over like months ago, Jonathan, months ago. And
Mm.
for him to be the butt of a joke again, I'm not surprised he left, because he's been
Yeah.
the butt of the jokes lately. And now he's lying and gaslighting people on the most recent interview that he did on somebody's red carpet for who knows why.
Hmm.
He he was basically saying, "Oh yeah, we said our apologies behind closed doors. If you were gonna do it, we do those kind of things behind closed doors." Let me tell you something. I'm sure Nick and Olandria don't talk to that man, not ever. I believe the last time that they were mentioned was before he did the podcast, basically trying to say that Olandria and Nick is a fake relationship.
Mm.
What makes you think that they would talk to you anyway? You done showed your true colors.
Exactly.
Just trying to manipulate the situation. He was doing that on the show. Now he's trying to do that out here in real life. And his feelings getting hurt because it's not working.
Yeah.
That's what's going
True.
on.
True that. True that. Any more comments before we move forward to our last topic?
No, sir.
So Cam Newton had Mario on his podcast, and he gave him a list of singers and asked Mario if he thought these singers could actually sing. I did not like the way that Cam Newton was trying to drag these answers out of Mario, because I understand why Mario may not have wanted to answer these particular questions, because he doesn't know when he might want to work with these men in the future. He might have a relationship with some of these men, but I personally just wanted to get your opinion, Jennifer, because I
Okay.
really don't care about Mario's opinion, but your opinion on the. Oh, that came out real fast, honey. Your opinion on these singers that Cameron Newton asked him about. So the first singer he asked Mario if he could sing was Bryson Tiller. Now, me personally, I enjoy Bryson Tiller's voice. Is he a
I think it's a
singer?
unique. He has a
Yes.
unique voice, but he ain't singing like Mario though.
Right, exactly. He's not singing like Mario. And so Mario had the toughest time with Bryson Tiller, because he said, yes, he can sing. He said he can't sing, but he can sing. Like Me personally, I don't believe there aren't a lot of people who are going to get signed that can't sing. Like you are not going to
Exactly.
hear someone record a track or record an album that can't literally cannot sing unless you're Milli Vanilli. But Milli Vanilli didn't record anything. Well, they did record something after they were found out to be frauds. But hey, it is what it is. But I personally enjoy Bryson Tiller. I haven't really gotten into his music necessarily, but I do love his a couple of songs from his first album. Then he asked about Trey Songz. I believe Trey Songz can sing for sure. If you listen to his first album, I just gotta make it. I can't remember if that's the name of the album, but that album is everything to me. Trey Songz can sing. Y'all may not like it, but I do. Jennifer, do you think Trey Songz can sing?
No.
Why do you
Quick
say
no. Immediate no.
that? Wow.
It's not for me.
Okay.
It's not for me. Um
I don't know why
no,
I'm shocked by that answer.
though I love that first album, singing ability is not high for him.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can carry a note, but he's not creative in singing or anything like that. His ad libs are whoo woo 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 woo, you know, and don't get me wrong, it's not like he can't carry a note or nothing like that, but I
Right.
don't listen. I don't know if I don't think there's anybody that's listening to him just to hear his vocal stylings.
I don't know if I listen to him for his vocals. I just love his music. I really do.
Yeah,
That Ready
and
album
that's what I'm
was
saying. It's the
everything.
music, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that he's not a singer. Miss Kim says Mario hadn't had a hit in years. That interview did Mario no favors. Look,
None at all.
I'm just gonna blame the system for him not having hits because, the
He proved during that verses that he can sing for sure.
exact and
Showed,
still
showed
can
all them
sing.
niggas up.
But there's maybe a chance, maybe it's his attitude. And I'll tell you
Right.
why. Yeah, like you remember, I don't know, recently he was doing a concert or something like that, and
Mhm.
there was a cameraman on the stage, and he
Yeah.
was like, "Sir, you're on the you're the star, and the camera's trying to get you." He's not standing in front of you. He's just closer than usual. I get that, but he's trying to get the shot for the people so they can see you. Okay, dagnabbit. Like, there's no need to do like that. And people automatically said Lloyd would never. And let me tell you something. Have you seen Lloyd doing his most recent shows? He was on the homecoming circuit.
Oh wow. No, I haven't seen those clips, but I need to go out and look at them, don't I?
Child, the man was dancing, bebopping, show stopping,
Wow.
singing good. And then dancing like early 2000s. Dougie and just like, oh, looking at him was nostalgia. And yes, he would never. That's what they're saying.
But the
So
thing is, I'm not the biggest fan of Lloyd's voice either. At least for me, like he's never been,
yeah,
he can sing, but I just
he
don't
got
go
some
back.
hits.
Okay, come on, get it, shawty.
And to
Okay,
be honest, I would say that he sounds better than Trey Songz for sure.
agree. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he has wider range, to be honest. I
Yeah.
think he does have more vocal ability. Let's move on
Oh wait,
to.
hold on.
Oh, go
Miss
ahead.
Kim says I only like I only like one song by Trey Songz. He need to work on his vocals. He an okay singer.
Yeah, okay, singer. I agree with that, Miss Kim. Absolutely.
Miss Kim says, "Love Lloyd. He's so cute. He is. Even to this day, you could just eat him up. He's so cute."
Has he lost any of his attractiveness by cutting his hair? Because I know he cut his hair, didn't he?
No, no, his
Okay.
face is still there. To be
Okay.
honest, I think he looks better with the haircut. To be honest with you,
Wow.
I believe so because he got that a loose curl pattern. So and so it looks good. The Caesar looks good on him.
Okay. I'll skip two of them, I guess. He also named Ray J. Now I don't know why he brought up Ray J's name.
You want to
And
laugh?
exactly. Do I think Ray J can sing? Sure, he can sing. Absolutely. I was
No, he
just.
used to could, and that was a
Oh
stretch
yeah.
back then.
Yeah, because at that verses, he sounded an MESS mess.
because he's not taking care of himself. I
Right,
attribute it
that's
to
true.
drugs and not practicing.
Because when I see him on any interview now, he looks like he's under the influence for
Haggard.
sure. Anyways, next he said Jacquees. Now, I know that a lot of people aren't fond of Jacquees's voice, me being one of them. I'm not the biggest fan of Jacquees's voice, but can he sing? Sure. May not be music to my ears, but yes, he can sing. He's not off note. He's, you know, but for me, his singing stylings are quite repetitive. Like everything sounds the same, at least to me, as far as Jacquees is concerned. What are your thoughts on Jacquees's vocal abilities?
No.
Okay, understood. I'm not surprised about that. A couple more. Omarion. Now, I know a lot of people do not believe that Omarion can sing. Me personally, I enjoy Omarion's voice. I do like hearing him sing. I'm not mad that he was the lead singer of B2K. I love Touch. I love Icebox. Like, I love those songs, but there's a lot of, hoopla about like who's actually singing
But
in the recording studio. But it's nothing special though. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like when you think about those songs, he's literally just talking.
Yeah.
There's no real vocal,
Because it sounds like a speaking voice, to be honest.
It
like his
is
singing
his
voice
speaking
sounds like
voice.
yeah.
He's just talking to us. I would never call him a singer. That's why he's not, any further, because sometimes singers get to a point where I just want to hear you sing. Luke James, he's one of those people. Let me just hear you sing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. He may have not had one hit.
Right.
But if he would
his voice is so velvety. Oh my god.
It is. If he would I need him to do a Christmas album. And I need him to do like a covers album of like some really classic R&B and maybe just put some of his stuff in there. It'll be perfect because I just want to hear you, sir.
Absolutely. Ugh. Absolutely.
But you can't say that about all them people that you just mentioned.
No. And I just want to see them abs, Luke. I just want to see what
he be acting too. Lord have mercy.
I really need to watch The Chi. I really need to watch The Chi. I don't know what's kept me from watching it. Mama loves the show. I tried watching the first episode and I really just like All's Fair. I really couldn't, kind of get into it. But
well, I mean, we understand that one, but
yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, he did name Bobby Valentino and Chris Brown as well. Mario had a quick yes for Bobby Valentino, which I was surprised about, to be honest. Even though I'm not saying that Bobby Valentino isn't a good singer, I think he is a good singer. But for me, Bobby Valentino is in the same vein as Trey Songz, where they're kind of like your generic singers. Like there's nothing special about it. At least not for me. You have a different opinion?
I do. Think about it, Jonathan. Think about Slow Down. When he's that last, let's kick it, girl. All of that. When has Trey Songz ever did a run?
Never.
And that's why.
And Bobby Valentino's feature on Lil Wayne's Carter 3 album. Oh, okay. Yeah.
That takes control and stuff like that.
He is higher. And for me, Chris Brown is one of the most underrated male vocalists of our time. For me,
I do agree.
Me, I love hearing Chris Brown sing. Like,
I sometimes put an asterisk beside him.
Mm-hmm.
Forever ago, I heard an interview with T-Pain. Somebody asked T-Pain, who is using autotune the best? And he said, Chris Brown. I'm not saying that he can't sing, because that boy sing, because that residual song, he be singing. But I also do believe that he be getting just a little bit of help. But then again, them runs, it's he got them. You know what I'm saying?
You can't AI them runs, honey. You can't AI the runs, child.
Yes, you can, sweetie. You absolutely can. But it does have to come from some kind of inspiration. Either way, I do believe that Chris Brown has one of the best singing voices out of that group for sure.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, no, you ain't getting him. Miss Kim said Luke James. All of Your Love is my song. The song that I liked from him was I Blame You. It's just a really cute song. The video was very cute too. Miss Kim says Chris Brown can really sing. He has the range. I need him to take better care of his instrument. Yeah, that's
Absolutely.
yeah. Hey
Absolutely.
Jonathan, I need you to put some clothes on.
Girl, I got on a tank top that actually covers my chest, but you can still see the arms. Anyways,
Yeah,
Jennifer,
all I
why
saw
don't you-
was hair.
okay. Jennifer, why don't you go ahead and give the people your social media contacts before we get up out of here, girl?
Sure,
We're 5
I'm
minutes
TD.
over.
I'm
6.
TD McCullum.
Yep. According to your name, you sure are TD McCullum.
My name, you can find me at Prophetic Fire Reiki on YouTube, Instagram, and soon TikTok, because I changed my name to something else and then I had to change it. But you can still find me, Prophetic Fire Reiki, on those platforms.
All right. And you can also join us on Saturday for Faithful Warrior Ministries at 10-ish a.m. every single Saturday. Faithful Warrior Ministries. You guys can follow me on Instagram. My Instagram is JoJo_speaks3020. My Facebook is Jonathan Lee. My email is WilliamJonathanLee@gmail.com. My Cash App is $JonathanLee07. That's $JonathanLee07. Please be sure to join me on Monday. Myself and Dustin, we do our 90-Day Fiancé Happily Ever After review. I believe the upcoming episode is the season finale. Also, be sure to join me next week, same time, same place, same beautiful faces for my Hot Topics and Social Commentary show next Thursday. Love you guys for watching. Jennifer, you going to take us out of here?
Mhm.
All right, you guys, have a wonderful weekend. Stay warm out there.